What's going on, you guys? It's your girl, Ask Ashley, here with another dope episode of Midday Juice. As always, please make sure you guys are sharing the video, liking the video, commenting as much as possible. Drop your names. Let me know that you're here. Maurice, I see you. Hopefully, you can see and hear me now. But yes, hopefully, you guys have had a great start to your week. It's Tuesday. You know what I mean? I also want to give a shout out to Sin Digital and Nathan Ivy. Thank you again so much for partnering with Ask Ashley and Midday Juice and bringing it back, because I definitely missed my baby. All right, so we are going to get started with today's topic. Have you, all right, let's start off here. How many of us have put our happiness over someone else? Are we wrong for that? Are we wrong not to consider somebody else's feelings when we're thinking about our own happiness? Are we wrong? Are we considered to be selfish people for that reason? Is it okay to put your happiness over someone else's, regardless of how much it's going to hurt somebody? Like we talk about self-love and self-preservation and self-healing and really being in tune with ourselves on a regular basis. But we don't really talk about the after effects that it may have to someone else and if these things are ever going to be okay. So we're going to get into today's topic, or actually today's email. Again, while you guys are watching, please share the video, like the video, and comment as much as possible. All right, so here we go. Dear Ashley, my mom is getting married. She has finally come to a place in her life where she is focused on herself and her own happiness without caring about what anyone else thinks of her. She has an incredible man who has patiently waited and loved her from afar for years, and one who takes care of her and provides for her and our family. I personally couldn't be happier for her. The problem is that my siblings are being selfish and they're going out of their way to ruin this moment for her. You see, my new stepdad will be my uncle. My dad hasn't been much of a father to us since I was little. I'm the oldest, and I remember how things were when he was around, and it was never good times. My uncle has pretty much taken care of us, and as if we were his own children, and it has never been a problem for my siblings before. I've been trying to convince my mom to just go ahead and elope, but she's starting to reconsider this union if all of her children are not going to approve. She deserves this kind of love in her life. Help me out, Ash. What should I do? And we signed it off, the oldest. So you guys know I really like to know what you think before I go ahead and give my little 2 cents. Chris, what's going on, babe? I see you. I can't see anybody else that's coming in here, but just drop your names and let me know that you're here. I know it's a couple people that's already on here. But yes, I really, really, really want to know, how would you approach this situation? Is the mom wrong? Is the uncle wrong? Are the children wrong? Is the oldest wrong? Or does it really matter who's right or who's wrong? Do we just want to go ahead and do what it is that we want to do? Now, when I posed this question earlier, I did ask, how would you feel if your mom just went ahead and married your brother? A lot of people came out and they was like, oh, child, this is messy. This is messy. This is very, very messy. And I think that it is. Let me start by saying this. Every family has drama. Every family has some drama, some messy, some family secrets that they just, prefer the world not be privy to. Everybody. Everybody. So is it messy? I mean, yeah, it is a little messy, but let's break it down. All right. Let's first break it down. So first off, daddy ain't around. Dad hasn't been around. And according to the oldest, when dad was around, things were not good. And because of that, Charles says, how old are the children now? I really don't know. I just know that the oldest is an adult. The oldest is a full-blown adult like you and I. Let me see. T says they are all wrong. Hey, Nicole, what's going on, baby? And Raymond says this is tough. It is very, very tough. Very, very tough. So, like I said, starting off, dad is not around. Dad hasn't been around. He hasn't provided. He hasn't taken care of them, according to the oldest. I don't know dad personally. He may have thought he was doing his part. I'm not sure. But he's not around. He hasn't been providing, and he has not been in their lives. They all have the same father. So that's first off. Charles says it's messy like a hockey goalie. So the uncle, right? The uncle has been providing and taking care of this woman and her family and her children for years. And I'm going to just say this. I think it's great that he's done that, but no, these are not his children, but these are his nieces and nephews. So, I mean, you should be taking care of your family. You should be looking out for your family. I'm not saying that you have to provide for them like you are the father, but I mean, that's still your family. So essentially you're looking out for your family. You're not like, taking care of some, I mean, you are taking care of somebody else's kid, but you know what I'm saying. Y'all feel me. Let me see. Oh Lord, here come fam. All right, can we stop accepting questionable behavior from women? Boy, y'all, I don't know what it is about this man and his dislike for women. Let's see. There is nothing to be gained by marrying your kid's uncle. That means that they were probably banging for a while. We have to condemn this. It's tough. It's not tough at all. Okay. I disagree. Let's see. Nicole says, oh wow, this is tough, but maybe mom just had the wrong brother and was meant to be with the good brother. So, and T says, sounds like he stepped up. So I do agree. Like, I do feel like he stepped up. I really do feel like he stepped up. But at the same time, that is his niece and nephew. Like, if my sister was no longer around, I would absolutely be taking care of my niece and nephew without a question. Not because I want to be with my sister's baby daddy, but because that's my niece and nephew. You see what I'm saying? So he did step up, but it was kind of like, because that's your family. Of course you should have stepped up. And I'm going to just say this. I'm not about to go above and beyond and condemn this woman like you want me to do, fam. Like you like to come on the show and cause a lot of controversy. And I ain't mad about that. I'm not mad about that at all. But what I am going to say is this. You want us to start condemning the actions of women, yet you want to go ahead and dismiss the fact that this father is not taking care of his children. So you want to demonize this woman because she's been taking care of her children. And again, let me read this part of the email. It says she has an incredible man who has patiently waited and loved her from afar for years. This is not like my brother left, so I'm here. I'm walking in the door. That's not what this is. This is my brother left. I'm taking care of his children because for whatever reason, he's no longer around. And in the midst of me taking care of his children and providing, I have started to look at their mother in a different light. I think she's an amazing woman and I want to take care of her. I don't know about you, fam. How deep into the religious, biblical forms you are in, but this is what they did back in the day all the time. I'm not saying it's okay. Ask Ashlee is not saying all is well, but I'm just saying this is something that is not new. This is not new. You know what I mean? And I don't know. This for me, it is tough. It's very tough. Let me see. Charles says, when Pops was around, how was the relationship between he and Moms and the uncle and his bro, their dad? So she didn't give me that information, but what she did say is she is old enough to remember. Let me see. She says, I am the oldest, and I remember how things were when he was around, and there were never good times. So that could lead us to believe that he could have been abusive, that he could have been a constant cheater. Like, we don't know. We don't know. And I'm not putting those words in her hand. I'm just saying that she's saying that there was never a good time. Okay, T says sometimes feelings happen. Maybe this was his initial intentions, then feelings got it. Maybe this was not his initial intentions, then feelings got involved, and it may not be malice intent at all. And I agree. I don't think that this is malice intent, but sometimes people cannot help who they fall in love with. They can't help who, who their heart attracts. Like it just happens, guys. And again, I am not at all saying that this is okay. I'm just saying that every single family has their quirks. Every family has their drama. My advice is going to be this. It looks like Mom has already made her decision, right? She was cool. She accepted she was clearly in the relationship. She, accepted the proposal. Now the other children are upset and you're okay with it. I'm not here to judge the fact that she made the decision. What I am going to say is, if you feel like your mother is in the right and you want to support her decision, support your mom, because everybody's not going to be okay with this. Everybody's not going to see it for what you see it as. Everybody's not going to be able to accept it either. And if your brothers and your sisters and your younger siblings are not okay with it, then they have the right to feel the way that they feel as well. I don't think it means that they're being selfish. I think to them it's a little weird. I think it's a little off. I think it's a little inappropriate to them. You know what I mean? And they have a right to feel the way that they feel. So you can't say that they're selfish or they're trying to purposefully ruin this moment for her. But you have to take into consideration the way that it looks and the way that it makes them feel. Everybody is justified to feel something. Your mom and your uncle fell in love with each other, regardless if it was right or if it was wrong. You accept it, they don't. It doesn't make you right and them wrong, and it doesn't make them wrong and you right. Or did I just say the same thing? Y'all know what the hell I meant, okay? Let me read some of these comments. Oh, Lord. Okay. We got, he been wanting to take mama to the gun, been wanting to take mama to the gun show. This is messy as F. You people are god dang sick. This situation is damn near incest. Hashtag Scuddy, y'all playing yourselves. Maybe the mom is irrational. After all, she dates her kid's uncle. That's all. I don't start trouble. I spit facts in the camera of Sin Digital Media. I blow up the negative so you can see the bigger picture. You do not state facts. You state your opinion. I respect it. You just don't state facts. Let me see. Raymond says, I feel like he's stepping up, but it's kind of a fine line, but you can't control how you feel about someone in the situation. T says, fam, you ain't never dated the wrong kind. Cut it out. I know that's right, T. Let me see. Key, hey, baby. She said, you can't help who you fall for, but if this doesn't work out, it can be messy for both sides of the family, especially the children. That's what I'm saying. Like, again, it's not my job to, to judge anybody. She already made the decision. Her and the uncle they've already got this like kindred spirits and their hearts are already connected. You know what I mean? They're already in love because she already said yes. She was already planning a wedding. She's just now saying, if my children don't accept it, then I don't know if I want to go through with it. As a mother, I would never want to do anything that would hurt my children. So as a mother first, before I'm a wife, a woman, a whatever, I am a mom. And I would never, ever want to do anything to break my children's heart. So I totally understand where she's coming from when she says, if all of my kids are not okay with this, I'm not going through with it. I think you, the oldest, again, support your mom. Support your mom in the decision, whether, you know what I mean, your siblings are okay with it or not. It is messy and it is difficult and it is different. It is. This is very different. And I mean, there are plenty other men in the world, but let me say this, as a mother who has had to raise her children alone. When a man comes into your life and he loves your children and you see that love that he gives your children, you look at that man differently. And let me be very clear on this. Not only does he love on you and love, or not only does he love on your children, he loves on you. It takes you to a different state of mind. You have no idea what this woman has been through. I don't even know if it was ever her husband, but the children's father could have been beating her, abusing her, telling her she ain't worth it, telling her she's sloppy seconds, telling her she ain't this, she ain't that, like all these kinds of things. You have no idea. And if a man, brother or not, comes in the door and is showing her the way that she should be treated, showing her her value when she can't even see it, showing her how amazing she is when she is always questioning and self-doubting herself, then I'm trying to tell y'all that man look different. He don't look like no brother. And again, this is not incest, because that's her brother. That's not her brother. Again, I'm not saying that this is okay. I'm just saying I understand how the lines could have been crossed. I totally understand how the lines could have been crossed. Let me go ahead and go back to the comments. Let me see. Raymond says, I wonder what the relationship of the dad and the uncle is like. That is a very good question. That's a very, very good question. I wonder if the dad is even around at all. I wonder if the dad is even in the children's lives, the ex baby mama or woman's lives, his brother's lives, his own family. We don't know. Don't know. And again, I'm not passing judgment on anyone. I just think that it's really funny that we want to condemn a woman who is essentially following her heart for somebody that seems to be right for her, because the man that helped her create these children did not do his part. And I'm not saying that doing his part means staying with her. He doesn't have to do that. But the only reason why this uncle was even able to get into the picture like he was is because he was picking up the slack from another man. But fam, you don't want to talk about that. You just want to talk about her. I don't think that's right, but that's just me. Let me see. T says, I would still mess with the uncle, but I wouldn't get married because that's weird. That's an uncle stepdaddy. That is an uncle stepdaddy. Let me see. Belinda says, that mother deserves to be happy. Life is short. Let them love on each other and live their life. Life is short, y'all. Y'all know we out here. COVID, the police, each other, jealousy. I mean, we dropping like flies. You know what I'm saying? And life is short. Let me see. Charles says, that's what I asked Raymond. And how are they doing the holidays? It's gonna be hella tension all over Granny's house. It is. It absolutely is. Here we go. He says, I'm not saying that. Stop making all these excuses for this weak ass woman. Stop. This is insufferable. The lines got crossed because mom has no pee control. Boy, like I wonder about certain men who blatantly hate Black women. I wonder about men like that a lot, who blatantly hate Black women so much that they can't see that that's a form of self-hatred within itself. I wonder about that sometimes. Let me see. Raymond says, I think that they all need to do the adult thing and have a bold conversation with each other. I do think that everybody needs to have a bold conversation. But again, girl, right, T? Child. But again, I feel like if mom wants to put this on hold until all of her kids are happy with it, I'm not condemning her for that either, because I would never go above and beyond to hurt my children. I have, and I'm not saying that it's always right, but as a mother first, I've always put my children's happiness above my own. And I probably would always do so. Not saying that it's right, but it happens. So we got some people that feel like they need to have a conversation. We got some people that feel like this happens, like, you know, stay with him, but don't marry him because you don't want to be calling him Uncle Daddy, right? And we got some people that's like, absolutely not. This is unacceptable. And I get that. I totally get that. But to you, the oldest, I'm going to say this. Support your mom. If you want her to elope and she decides to go ahead and do that, so be it. Be there to be her witness and stand by her side. Support your siblings too. Help them understand, you know, not the error of their ways, because I'm not saying that they're wrong, but help them understand your vision as to why you feel like this is okay. And at the end of the day, you all just need to come together as a family. Whether she continues to be with the uncle, whether she continues to keep that relationship going, or whether she decides to leave the situation altogether and maybe find someone else. Just make sure that at some point or another, everybody has a conversation that is respectful and healthy, to the betterment of your family overall. Everybody is not going to do what everybody else wants them to do for them to be happy. Sometimes you got to focus on yourself and worry about you. And sometimes that focusing on you and worrying about yourself does look like hurting people that you love. It looks like cutting people off sometimes. It looks like telling people no sometimes. It looks like telling people to mind their business sometimes. It happens. It happens. So hopefully you got a little bit of insight from today's segment, because, baby, listen, this was a little different. But as always, if you guys want to go ahead and send any comments, questions, or concerns, please shoot me an email at oneaskshley@gmail.com. I love you all. I will see you on Thursday at 1 p.m. We got another Ask Ashley question, but also I got a video that I want you guys to check out about this mom that I feel is absolutely tripping. And it's very, 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 very distasteful to me, her actions when it comes to her children overall. So make sure that you guys stay tuned into that. I am Ask Ashley, and I will see you all on Thursday. Bye.